Hello everyone. Happy, what day is today? October 9th we're doing the tarot and oracle reading for this week, October 9th to October 15th. I was guided to bring in a little Palo Santo. Whew, I feel like that eclipse season, maybe it's because the nodes are shifting after this last season of where they're placed. They're moving into their new homes, new spots. It felt like a big pressure cooker moment of release, if that makes sense. Let me know how you guys felt. It was I still feel like a lingering effect of things cleansing, which is great, but it was very taxing on the physical body and I think the mental state for a lot of us, at least for me. It's partly why I took a little bit of a break last week, but let's see what energy and guidance we're meant to connect with this week, working with the Sovereign Vibrations Oracle and the Muse Tarot. Clear. Whoops, that was flying out. What was I going to say? In terms of this energy building up into the Aries full moon for next week, I'm hearing it in this way too, and I'm seeing it with myself and a lot of my clients, a lot of my friends, where we're all having a new way of shifting our identity or stepping into a new and expanded version of ourselves, and it feels scary at times because of that grieving process that we have to come to terms with, letting go, right? Allowing for there to be more space for our expansion. In this way too, it's like I'm seeing luggage. Like we can't take the same baggage we've been carrying, even like metaphorically. We can't take more than we can really carry or even beyond that if we want to also then bring in this new way that we are ourselves, being in that new space of co-creating with the universe, right? What do we need to know this week? Get a couple oracle cards. Ooh, she flew right out. I hope you've been enjoying the sound baths with these as well, the little clips of the oracle sound baths. My oracle deck is still available if you feel guided to it. It comes with over 8 hours of meditation music and a free 30-minute reading with me where we get to connect, and I'll tell you more about the oracle deck. And it's okay, we've got 4 cards today. Wow. Okay. So I was guided to look at the bottom of the deck and we get the air card, which is funny because we just are moving out of Libra, right? Moving into Scorpio season. We're still not there yet, but in a couple weeks we'll be right in there. And I'm hearing in this way too, we're still cleansing our mental space. A lot is still settling, and the card that we got with that is the fire card. And the affirmation is, the fire within me transforms and ignites the passion I am meant to express. I burn bright. So I'm hearing in this way too, we can feel like our life may be on fire in a way, and it can feel scary. It can feel even our identity is on fire in the sense of transformation in that way. And it's allowing ourselves to surrender to what is needing this transformation, what is needing this alchemy. I'm even saying like the violet flame, so working with the violet flame if you feel guided to that. But in connection, we get the flower of life. And I love this because it brings in a double dose of transformation and a sacredness in I'm hearing in this way of like our sanctity, in our way of our modalities that we work with, our comfort zones, our sacredness that we really honor, and even I'm hearing kind of double up on, right? Allowing extra care, extra nurturing as we're letting things unravel still. Take that as you will. The affirmation for flower of life is, I am one with the sacred geometry of the universe. I am surrounded by loving and sacred intelligence at all times. Beautiful. The other two cards that we got, I love that we get Embrace Your Inner Child. And I feel like this came out when we were building up into the Libra eclipse. We get a number 11, which is a portal. So as we're shifting our identity, as we're embracing what is sacred to us, it's also what does it really mean to give back to your inner child, back to yourself? Because that's actually where this identity shift is pushing us. This merging of our higher soul self, our galactic self, and merging with our inner child's energy, because that's where we have lost ourselves in a way, that inner child spark, but also merging with that soul self. So I'm hearing in this way, what can you do to honor that, bring some silliness to your life? Because then we got the Earth Star Chakra. We're grounding and activating this deeper and deeper. We're still continuing everything we've been working on, right? And it may feel like the human self wants things to be faster and to feel the shift happen quicker and maybe manifest things even more quickly, right? But there is a methodology, I don't know if the word, to the sacredness of the intelligence of our life and how we heal, how we transform, how we shift into this grounded, activated place, allowing for alchemy, allowing for our inner child to come in. And I just heard in that way too, it could be also helping cleanse our inner child. And that could be in a way of having like soul regression practices to go back maybe to some traumatic times where our inner child, our younger self, wasn't cared for in the way that they needed. There weren't people around to help protect us or keep us safe or even explain what was going on. So we have the capability now, if it resonates, to go back and be that person for your inner child in that quantum state. Even setting the intention to just help ground them and heal them, or be that energy for them, because then it helps heal our subconscious of what's been causing dis-ease in our body and our emotions and our mental space, right? So the affirmation for the Earth Star Chakra is, I activate and ground through my anchor within the Earth grid. I allow nature to support me along my journey. So reminding yourself too that this path that you're on, this new even trajectory that you're going into, this new level of expansion, this new identity, it also doesn't really require you to make too much of adhere, like in this way of an effort. It's more of this allowing. It's allowing your real nature to happen, to shine your energy, to shine your creativity, to shine what excites you, like you would see a child being excited about, right? And trusting that that is the medicine. That is, I'm hearing in this way too, like with the Earth Star Chakra, it's the flowers just bloom and they trust the seasons to help force them, or not force them, to flow with them and how they evolve. And we're moving into, at least in the northern hemisphere, the fall energy of letting things go, letting things transform, so that even the soil can have more nutrients, right? So that our hearts can feel more anchored in this sacred energy that we've been guided to go into through this time, through this eclipse season as well. So that's even where I'm getting like the Aries energy will feel more centered around our identity, or maybe you're not sure what it means to shift your own identity, what it means to expand on a spiritual journey without, maybe you're just new to your journey and it feeling very overwhelming because there's so many identities or thoughts and beliefs that are coming to the surface. So I even recommend, I feel guided to say in this way, of writing things down, maybe even physically seeing it, so you can see what's happening in your brain, happening in your emotional state. And you can see what is ready to be let go of, what no longer resonates. Because it can feel very overwhelming when it's in the body, when it's in the mind, and it feels like everything is swirling and coming at you. That's something I did in the beginning of my journey, I had to write things out and see them because it felt like I was going crazy having it all inwardly coming up and surfacing, right? So do whatever feels good in terms of supporting where you're at and not necessarily judging and thinking that you're wrong for where you're at, right? We're all kind of being pulled into old places right now still to see what is ready to transform, ready to be activated even. There may even be, in terms of like this inner child energy, there may be a resurgence of a new creativity that you've been longing to express, longing to go into. It could be dancing, painting, whatever you loved as a kid. And it may not be something you create as a career, but it's something that you implement to help feed your soul, to help feed that sacredness within your body, that sacredness within your journey, I'm hearing. Wow. So going in with the tarot, we have the Sun card coming out right underneath the fire energy. And then we have the Muse of Inspiration. I'll show you in just one sec. So we got the Sun card. So there's tons of fire energy. So if you feel like a lot is even maybe a project that you were hoping was going to work a certain way and it's actually turning into something else, or I'm hearing in this way too, it's thinking that your life or your self-identity was going to be a certain way, or you're going to be somewhere by a certain age. There's a new light being shed on your journey, on your path, and it's allowing you to tune into your emotions, maybe even grieving what you wanted to have, but you can see now that it is shifting for the better, even though it may still feel like the worst, like you're losing something. But I'm hearing this way, it's causing us to create a new way of inspiration, a new way of creation, a new way of bringing our expandedness up front, being our own muse, trusting that it's safe. We get the Ace of Emotions. It's safe to be in our embodiment of our emotions, of ourselves, to come to the surface after being in the depths of trying to understand ourselves. And this came out underneath the Earth Star chakra. So as we anchor deeper into the earth, we also... Oh, I dropped her. 1 second. Yeah, she is. As we anchor deeper into the earth, or just practice being really grounded, then we can also see our emotions for what they really are. So if that's been something that's been challenging, where your emotions feel all over the place, try grounding as much as you can. Being in nature, putting your feet in the earth, eating really grounding foods. I'm hearing even working with the elements. So even in your home, having like a candle to burn, maybe some incense for that air element, having water that you can infuse, whatever you feel guided to. But I'm hearing in that way that elemental energy can help ground and nourish your body so it doesn't feel so all outside of yourself. And we got the 7 of materials. So we're being guided to look back at things, to tie up any loose ends, to also see that as we may feel like we regress, we're actually fine-tuning our pathway forward, fine-tuning how we materialize our desires, materialize our identity, trusting that there is a divine sacredness to all of what we've been experiencing. And maybe I'm seeing in this way, even meditating with looking at some sacred geometry. If meditation is hard for you, sometimes it's good to even keep your eyes open and just focus. I also love looking at a candle flame, like there's a word for it, like fire gazing or something like that. You could even look at the ocean. The ocean is a great tool, but maybe even sacred geometry. So the flower of life, or Metatron's cube is a really good one, especially for meditation. What else do we need to know for this week? Ooh, okay, everyone's falling out. Oh, we got the Magician. So yeah, when we take this time to really anchor in what we need, what we're guided to, our magic expands. We feel more powerful. We feel more anchored in the moment. Let's grab the cards that fell here. We may be popping in and out of dimensions right now, is how I'm taking this card today. Really seeing things from new perspectives, but also maybe our even in astral travel in terms of our dreams. Our dreams may feel a little all over the place, or we may be pulled into new dimensions of our physical beingness, even in meditation I'm hearing. And that way too, our emotional intelligence is rising. We're seeing a whole new way of interacting with the world. My throat is kind of like clicking in and out too, so maybe we're learning how to, like I'm hearing, embrace our voice, embrace our power within the magician state. Because when we use our free will, especially with our voice, we're wielding our power, right? Speaking it into existence, speaking it into our reality, into our body, right? Our body is always listening, even if we're not even saying things out loud. We're saying it internally. Our body is responding. Our emotions, everything is responding. So there, if you've been feeling like, where is my manifestation? Where is this work I've been putting in? Where is the fruition of everything that I'm working on? And we're having it come forward. It's going to be somewhat instant manifestation, I'm hearing, in terms of even this fire energy, right? When we think about a fire, it can very rapidly spread. It can transform. It can be a force. So trusting it's safe to be in your power. I'm hearing there might be insecurities that you've been working on about being seen, being in your power. We got the world cosmos, or is it world of cosmos? The world cosmos, which is a major arcana of really spreading our wings and owning our way of unity consciousness, our sacred soul's gifts, the way that we show up in the world for others. Maybe you're deeply in service for others and it's been a weight on yourself, but actually it's becoming lighter. It's becoming more easy to show up, easy to be in your higher state of consciousness, to embody those galactic parts of yourself. I'm seeing it in this way, it's shifting us so that it's almost even, again, happening this like in the flick of a switch in this quick way. And I'm almost getting this huge rush of energy, and it feels a little on the side of anxiety, but it feels more like, grab your bags, come on, let's go, let's hurry up, let's go, come on, we got 5 minutes, right? Hurry up, let's go. But in a good way, in an excited way, and it could even be our teams being like, yay, it's happening. So it may feel like, what the fuck? What? Do you mean it's happening now? I'm not ready. What do you mean? Blah, blah. Like there may feel like chaos and blah. But we're embracing our power, embracing our galactic heart's essence, I'm hearing in that way. Take that as you will. And we have the wheel card. We have so much major arcana this week. Things are shifting. We're in new phases constantly, right? So nothing is permanent. The only, what is it that saying? The only constant is change, or permanence is change. Something like that. I don't think that's right, but you know what I mean. So trusting that it's safe to be in the power. That is what I'm hearing. That is like kind of this week's mantra. It is safe to be in my power. It is safe to be creative. It is safe to be the magician of my own life. Maybe that's something that you've been struggling with about your healing journey. Maybe you've had a lot of the times in your life where it was never safe to be in your power. It caused other people to be angry at you for being happy even, or it caused other people to need you to self-sacrifice to help them feel more powerful, right? So as you've been taking care of your needs, maybe holding some really good boundaries that are affirming to your body, affirming to your soul that it's safe for you to be powerful. It is safe for you to be yourself. I'm hearing in this way, it's like ultimate inner child healing. This portal that we get to walk through now in terms of our power, in terms of our joy for life, or our excitement to be in the world, to show up, to embrace these changes, this wheel turning, the way that we can move with nature, that we look, it's even Metatron's cube. Ah! Can you see that in the background there? I believe that's Metatron's cube. Yeah. Nah. So maybe that's, again, if that resonates for you, like looking at Metatron's cube to work with, that is a very powerful, like, magician type tool of sacred geometry. But yeah, I'm hearing the more we ground, like I'm pulling and getting pulled back to this Earth Star chakra, like ground, because there's so much high frequency coming in. That's even like little kids, they have so much energy, right? They can play and play and play and play and play, and then they crash. So allowing ourselves to be anchored in while we cultivate our power, while we shine, while we embrace this transformation, embrace all the work that we've been putting into ourselves, into our lives. I'm hearing even that what you've been putting into the collective, knowing that everything you do is helping the collective, even if you don't see it happening or maybe shifting in your physical reality. It is a reverberation that happens automatically in its own galactic divine timing, in its own way. So trust that if you're regressing or feel like you're regressing, it's actually just clearing up little things, getting the fine details really organized. I'm hearing like Virgo energy, orderly way of getting all the steps prepared. Like even when you are packing for a trip, you usually have a checklist, right? You have a checklist of what you need, what you're possibly going to need in emergency, or like need for a backup. Making sure you pack everything, all your toiletries. Like I'm hearing we're going on a galactic journey, and our team is having us like double check that we're really ready to step into this place of power, to step into this magical part of ourselves that we've already been connected to, but it's this new amplification of our power, of how we, again, I'm hearing show up in the world, show up for ourselves. I'm hearing it in this way too. It's so that we can clear even where we may feel like our insecurities are coming up or have been triggered. Maybe we had a lot of insecurities that were triggered during this eclipse season, right? I know for me, there was a lot of old stuff coming up, and in a way of just embracing it, embracing that it came to the surface, embracing those fears, and trusting that everything is coming up because it's ready to be released. It's coming up to be brought into the light. And the more we can bring it into the light, instead of saying, no, I'm not scared. I'm not insecure. Like I'm confident. I mean it. I'm confident. Where instead it's like, yeah, I'm scared. Like there's a different type of energy when we just embrace it, but we've been told and conditioned to just show up as your best self, all love and light, right? But we have our own darkness, we have our own stuff and insecurity, and that's a part of the journey. It's part of this beautiful human experience we get to have. And I know it's not easy. It's challenging, and I appreciate all the work you're doing that no one may be praising you for or congratulating you on, especially the darker shadow stuff in terms of like grief, right? And processing shame or fear, whatever it may be, the guilt that we have sometimes throughout our life of being very sensitive, of being very aware. It comes with a lot of different aspects that we have to navigate, you know? So thank you. I appreciate you all for being who you are and doing everything you've done, because it's a lot that we've signed up for, and it's still a lot as we move forward, being more unapologetically ourselves and showing up. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of trust, even sometimes not knowing if we can trust and just doing it anyway, right? And having as much fun with the process as we can, and having as much support as we are open to accepting. So yeah, I feel complete for this week's reading. I hope something resonated or supported you. Wow. So yeah, let me know how you guys are feeling. I I'm excited to keep sharing these channelings, and I wanted to let you know that I have spots available if you feel guided to do a one-on-one Oracle and Tarot reading. I have a 45-minute session available that can be found below if you would like to book and work together. I also have private channeling sessions available, and I had them before as Arcturian or Palladian, but I've been guided to have it just as a channeling session, and then you let me know which star being you'd like to channel, or we could even chat about which one would be the right fit. So please let me know if that feels something that it resonates for you. I also this week have healing sessions available where we help you process what's been challenging and also help you understand your awareness or your sensitivities, your abilities, so that they become more of your strengths and they can be more of that magician part of yourself with that courage, or what have you. Those sessions always take their own beautiful shape and form, and I love them so much. So if you feel guided to work together, we can do that as well. I also have just a free 15-minute consultation session if you want to just see what would be a good fit, or just see how we can work together. But yeah, and my Oracle deck is available. I ship worldwide. That is also an offering. And yeah, I am working to get my podcast back up. If you haven't listened to my podcast yet, I have 2 episodes out, and I've had some resistance getting back into it since the summer was such a big transition for me, a huge transformation. So yeah, that will be out hopefully this week. Just funny enough, this reading was like, just trust the power of alchemy. Like, okay, I do it. I'm scared too. I have my own things, right? So just know you're not alone with whatever you may be facing. Just because I can support you with different modalities and channel, I'm still have my own human stuff to work through too. So yeah, we're all in this together, and I'm happy to have you here. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I'll see you next week. And you can stay tuned after this for the cards sound baths, little clips of them that are available when you order the Oracle deck. They're accessed through the guidebook that has all the QR codes inside. So then you go to my website and there's a visual of the cards graphic, and then you get the sound bath with it too. So enjoy that if you follow along at the end of this to listen to the short clips, and I'll see you next week. Bye.